Hi, welcome again to your physics class. Today we will start our first series of the physics of music. First, we will review some vocabularies. First of all, the frequency. The frequency, as you know, is the number of the vibrations per second. This is why it is measured by hertz, and the hertz is 1/second. As we all know, the sound is produced by vibration or vibrating object. When an object vibrates, in this case, it will produce a series of pressure, low pressure areas and high pressure areas. The high pressure areas are going to be surrounding the vibrating objects. And as we said, since it's a series of compression and rarefaction, or since it's a series of high and low pressure areas, in this case, the sound is going to be produced and then perceived by our ears. Today we are going to talk about the top 5 types of musical instruments based on the way that they vibrate. So at the beginning, we have the brass. The brass instrument, for example, like the trumpets, and there is another device called tuba, are instrument where you see the lip performer, do you see the lips here, do the vibration. In this case, as you see, the air is going to transfer like that and goes to the other end. So in this case, it will be an open end from both sides. Now, the second type is called reed instruments, such as the instrument that you see here. For example, we have this one. This one is the clarinet. The clarinet and saxophone, they both have a thin wooden strip. Do you see this piece? So when the performer is going to blow the air inside this musical instrument, the reed, which is a piece of wooden strip, is going to vibrate according to the air column produced from the lungs of the performer. Now, in order to know how it works and in order to make some reed instruments, I would like you to watch this video.
Hi folks! While working on my video about moving things with sound, I wondered if I could use plastic things from around the house to make a musical instrument. I found that straws fit the bill perfectly. I'll show you how to make some simple straw reed instruments and explain a little bit how they work. The first thing I did was to collect a bunch of different diameter straws from various food vendors. To start with, I'll make some reeds. This is one already finished. These two blade-like shapes cut out of the end are the reeds. When you blow on them, they vibrate. But what you hear isn't that vibration. That vibration causes them to come together and move apart. But when they come together, that pushes on the air at this end, and the resulting compressed wave moves down to the other end. It travels at the speed of sound, which is 343 meters per second, or 767 miles per hour. When it reaches the end, it comes back up the tubes, and then goes back down and back up, and so on. So the reeds don't control that speed. That's determined by the speed of sound, ignoring temperature, humidity, etc. And in fact, once the back and forth wave gets going, the reeds will start vibrating at a rate that matches that wave. At the opening here, that wave interacts with the air outside and pushes and pulls on that air too, producing the sound wave that reaches our ears. Making these reeds can be tricky and take patience. Use your teeth to flatten one end, starting around 1.5 inches in, or 4 centimeters. Make sure you flatten the sides. I also flatten the middle. You want it very flat, like this. The tip is sometimes less flat than just behind it, so I cut that off. Then cut a wedge shape like this. Often the two tips are stuck together, but in this case they're not. If they are, a gentle squeeze on the sides opens them up. Here's how close the reeds are together. A quick test shows that it's a little hesitant, or it may not work at all. To help the reeds come closer together, you can fold them like this, and then turn it around and fold from the other side. Bending them like this also helps. Keep working at it until they're close and it works well. With these smaller diameter straws, no matter what I did, the tips bent upward, and that doesn't work well. With patience, you'll get it. Time to make a straw home. I was lucky enough to find one straw that fits snugly into another straw. So I taped the bigger one to the end of the one with the reeds, and then put the smaller one inside it. Now I can change the length of the tube. If you listen carefully, you'll hear that the longer the tube is, the lower the frequency, or pitch, and the shorter the tube is, the higher the frequency. So I then divided the length I could move it into 5 notes, marking them out using a ruler and marker. That gave me enough notes to play the first part of Greensleeves. And now for a straw trumpet. There's another way to change the length of the tube, and that's to put holes in it. So I removed the third straw and measured out evenly spaced locations that my fingers would fit on comfortably. I put a dowel inside to give support while I cut the holes, and then I cut the holes. If this hole is uncovered, then the tube is more or less effectively this long now. If I cover that hole but uncover this one, then the tube is now this long, and so on. If they're all covered, then the tube is this long. So I have 9 notes to play with. And here's me pretending to be a minstrel, playing a little bit of Scarborough Fair. And that's how to make some simple reed instruments using straws.
Welcome back. Now we have the third type, which are the air-piped instruments, or sometimes they call it airwood instruments. For example, we have the flute, we have the organ pipes. By the way, I think most of you, they look at this instrument and they think it's a piano. No, it's an organ. And the organ makes different sounds because it has different lengths of pipes. This is why. So, in this case, the cause of the vibration is the moving air that is going to travel through all these openings. Now, the fourth type. The fourth type, we call it string instruments, like the piano, the guitar, the violin. The wires or the strings are set into vibration. So we are forcing them to vibrate either with our fingers or with these hammers like the one that Jerry is using in order to play the piano. Now, I think most of you were thinking that the piano is or doesn't contain any strings. Well, Tom and Jerry, they just proved for us that this is wrong. And to tell you the truth, it's accurate. This time, their information in physics are accurate. So, I really, really love this part. Let's just watch this video. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed them. Now, the fifth type, the percussion instrument, which are musical instruments such as the gongs and the cymbals and the drums. They are examples of vibrating surfaces. So in this case, if we are going to hit, for example, the drum, the surface of the drum is going to vibrate and cause the sound of music in this case. The loudspeakers are also similar to the drum. It has a cone forced to be vibrated by the electric current. Also, the human voice. It's produced by the vibration of the vocal cords. In order for us to see how the vocal cords move, in this case, we have to watch this video. I'm going to fast forward it. Now, these are the vocal cords. Again, these are the vocal cords. So this is how it's going to vibrate according to the air coming from the lungs. Now, thank you for listening. I have prepared a small assignment for you. I think it's going to be beneficial and fun. I'm going to show it to you because this is the first time that we are going to use Kahoot. So please join me. So let's say that I'm going to enter the game. So I just put my name and click OK. So it's taken. Let me just say Rana 2. What is the origin of sound? Is it the pressure oscillation in air cause the object to vibrate, or the vibrating object or pressure oscillation in air causes the object to vibrate in a transverse wave, or vibrating objects create pressure? So this is the correct answer. Now let's go to the other one. Which of the following makes music with the vibration of the reed? This is a reed, so what makes it vibrate? Or which is the thing that the reed belongs to? So I'm just gonna use woodwind. Sorry, time up. So let's go to the other one. Unfortunately, I didn't get any points. I'm just gonna go to the next question. Violins or guitars are example of what kind of instruments group? Violins and guitars are examples of what kind of instrument groups? So as you see, we have strings, so I'm just going to click strings. So unfortunately, this is my score. It couldn't be better. Thank you so much and stay safe. Bye.